Infidelity, the act of having a romantic or sexual relationship with someone else who is not your husband, wife, or partner. Some might argue and say, can't prove it scientifically, but that it is on the rise more than ever before. So the question is, cheating partners, is it a deal breaker when you're looking for that perfect someone and you find out that they have a history of cheating or they are unrepentant about their cheating ways? What do you do? We'll find out after the break. I am Oscar Oyinso and welcome to Blue Room Banters, certified cool by Premier Cool Soap. Stick around. Great to have you back on Blue Room Banters. Now, the show is certified cool, but the heat is about to be turned up. I have some great guys here. And this is a topic that usually if you're invited to, you look the other way. But these guys said, you know what? We're going to talk about it. Great to have Kunle here. He's an IT expert and, of course, a business consultant.
Thank you for
very big
here,
names.
Oscar.
Does that come with the invoice?
Many times.
Many times. And Sensei Uche here, media personality, event host. Some might even call him a curator of some sort.
Thank you very much, Oscar.
Great to have you.
Great to be here.
And when it comes to poetry or the spoken word or generally writing, the one and only Efe Paul is here as well. Great
Oscar,
to have you, Efe.
Fantastic. Happy to be here.
First of all, you guys are very brave and bold for taking up this invitation.
Are we?
I salute
I'll
you.
just skip it.
Say it again, bro.
Everything that you say will not be used against you.
Yeah.
We have
Even
come
though
to risk it all.
this might be online, Chad.
Not this day and age.
Not this day and
I'm
age.
telling you.
Noted your lordship.
So a number of questions, a number of dimensions on this particular topic, but I think I'll break the ice with a very obvious question. We're talking about cheating partners, and is it a deal breaker? What is cheating to you? Let me start with Efe Paul. What is cheating to you? I've done the textbook definition, but what is it to you?
When it comes to cheating, there's a general, concept of what that means, which means that you're in a committed relationship and then you step out, which is a euphemism for you have sex with somebody else.
Or step aside.
And so I think I agree with that general definition of it. But I think there's also an emotional aspect of it, where it's not exactly physical, but then you have some kind of emotional entanglement with somebody that distracts you.
Oh my God, you use the E word.
Emotional.
You use the E word.
Really?
What about you, Sensei?
Well, for me, it's breaking contract and understanding that two people have. If I'm dating somebody, before we get really serious, we'd have told ourselves that okay, this and this and this can be condoned in a relationship, and this cannot. So if we had said that going outside to express ourselves is not something that is allowed in a relationship, then that is cheating. That is you breaking that trust.
So this your contract, is it written? Do you have a sample?
It's not. It's,
Do you have an e-copy?
It's not written, but you have to have an understanding these day and age. Relationships, in my own opinion, have evolved. Okay, so people have multiple partners, and their partners, people that are in the base relationship are okay with it. So,
that's a topic for another day. We'll come to that.
Okay.
But let's talk to a business consultant. He's a contract guy. So, what's cheating to you?
So we'll leave the definition and we'll leave the science of it, right? But it's basically an agreement that you have with your partner, wife, whoever it is, and then going out of that geofencing to peep.
Sorry,
take a shot.
Let me Google that.
Not this serious. So peep,
all right, man.
check what's going on out there. Once there is emotion involved, and it could be for whatever reason, and I'm not about to talk about that now, but anything that makes you go out of that quote and unquote geofencing environment where you both have a contract or an agreement to say together forever, whatever, that I would consider cheating.
I mean, we've heard this before where you hear guys that say a guy can cheat, meet a girl, and the girl means nothing the next day.
of course.
For a woman to cheat,
Okay.
for a woman to cheat, there must be quote and unquote emotions attached and all that stuff.
Many times.
So what I'm trying to find out now is when it comes to cheating, how many times is enough when it comes to cheating? You found out that your partner cheats, you found out once, you found out twice, when is enough?
I think one time is enough. But
There's physical
it should,
cheating.
of course, there's
Okay.
physical, there's emotional cheating, and I don't think the number of times should determine if the relationship should end.
So I mean,
Because-
that's a general speaking. I mean, you're speaking, thinking that. So if you were in a relationship with a guy, way back, say in school, you already know this guy is a happening guy. It would take miracle for him not to cheat, actually, right? So if in the course of 10 years, anniversary, you've only had him cheated 2 or 3 times, you should thank your God.
Wow, really?
Yeah, because again, you need to
Some women
understand
are drawing knives and forks
to.
at you right now.
But you should actually-
But it's the obvious truth. So, I mean, it's a case where you have a very beautiful wife or girlfriend or whatever it is out there, and you know for once that it's a high risk, if you get what I mean. If in 10 years of relationship, you get to hear once or twice from friends or whatever and say, it looks like your woman or your girl is
Was
in
seen in a
ABC, or
questionable-
seen it, you should thank your God for it. So, I mean, I'm just being very, blunt and very practical here.
If what about you?
I don't know.
How many times is enough? Uche said once. That's the
Once is
physical
enough.
part. What's your take?
I think these things are very personal, in terms of, and very practical and very unpredictable as well.
This
You
guy,
know,
wait
You
first.
never really
Give us your opinion. Don't use it to scatter our heads.
I will. I'll come to what I think. For me, I think that if I go into a relationship and when I go into a relationship,
Yeah.
I create an allowance for the possibility that this is going to happen. Because I think that,
That's fair.
human beings, there's almost a simultaneous instinct to be monogamous and at the same time to also
Equally.
want to explore. And this is like, a tension that exists in every single relationship.
Okay.
So understanding that this is a possibility,
You can't eat okra
I
every day.
create some room and some space
For
in my
varieties.
mind for that to happen. If it happens once, if it happens twice, if it happens thrice.
Wait, guy, are you an active cheater or a passive?
It's almost like saying never be caught.
No,
Never
what
got
you're
on
saying.
cheating.
No, that's not what I'm
Haven't
saying.
cheated.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay.
These things are not cut and dried like that.
No, we know.
Your own
Wait,
opinion,
hold on. Efe, we know. Don't be diplomatic. We need to. So what I'm trying to say basically is it a deal breaker, right? In one word, is it a deal breaker? You catch your partner cheating. Is it a deal breaker for you?
It's not a deal breaker for me.
What about you, Kunle?
Definitely not a deal breaker.
Used to be, but it's not now.
We'll come back to that answer. Well, talking about breaks, we'll be back after this. It's still Brilliant Banters. This is going to be quite hot. Stick around. Blue Room Banters, certified cool by Premier Cool Soap. Whew. Oh yeah, talking about certified. Now you, you said a cheating partner before
Yeah, would have been a deal
would have
breaker.
been a deal breaker, and now it is not a deal breaker.
Yeah.
I want to start from the beginning. Why was it a deal breaker before?
It's a deal breaker because, like I said earlier, it's a contract. Forget emotional cheating, which is also a painful thing because it means that the person that you love, person that you trust, person that you're talking to, and you're vulnerable to, is sharing everything that they should be sharing with you with another person. So that's emotional. But you see the physical part, somebody doing your,
Are you clapping?
it's no.
Those who know the sign.
That was a
understand the
rhythm.
sign.
So it's a deal breaker because I do not think about cheating when going into a relationship. So I don't think about it. I don't expect my partner to think about it. I don't expect my partner to want to do it. Whether it's passive or active, don't do it. But now I've gone to a point where I am looking at the world differently. I'm looking at life differently.
You mature.
Well, I wouldn't say much. I'm learning. I'm learning every day and
From your own
relearning.
personal mistakes.
Well, from people's perspective. And also myself, knowing that anybody can fall into cheating, whether you like it or not. Anybody, nobody is holier than thou. Okay, so now, knowing that now, I will give room. Like if he said, okay, just give some room, wiggle room. You see,
So this wiggle room is like a giving a license to cheat. It's like a giving permission or an excuse for your partner to cheat. if you have this wriggle room mentality, what are the signs that trigger it for you and say, okay, you know what, I think this my wriggle room has started. What are the things for you that indicate that your partner is already cheating?
That's when you start becoming distant, you know,
Okay.
from one another. You're not like, if you are putting them, categorizing them emotional or physical. If she's not sharing more with you anymore, physically, if the sex just becomes routine, or there's no sex at all. This guy, we're not having routine sex. I don't know about anybody else, but we are not. So, you know, energetic, exploring, you know, maybe include a third party if we can, you know, and all that. But but if it becomes all that and it just becomes stale, you are the person that sleeps with that person all night. So, you know.
What about you, Kunle? Signs?
So I think the first thing would be time. Okay, so I mean, if you've been with someone over a period of time, you just know how much of you they want. Once you find out that that time is no longer there and they don't feel like they're missing anything. Ordinarily, if you're going out of town, says, how long are you going to stay? 2 days. Why does it have to take 2 days? Tell the client you can get it done. And then you say, how long are you staying for? 2 days. Babe, I think you should rest an additional day. For me, don't care for me. Don't ask me to stay an additional day. What are you going to be doing for that period? So from the point of timing and how much of attention you're looking for, I may begin to throw some red light for me to want to know what's going on there.
So what do you say to people who are, would I say trackers? You know, they literally monitor their partner's movements.
So that's insecurity.
That's sad. That's a serious insecurity,
That's insecurity.
And it turns me off.
You know, I don't know. I'm a bit of a shameless tracker.
Shameless tracker.
And I don't know. I think sometimes for me it's curiosity. Not even the assumption that maybe this person is doing something. Just maybe that is there a little bit. But I'm very ashamed to say this, but I snoop around.
No, that's why we're here.
Yeah. I snoop around. I snoop around sometimes. You know, if you keep your phone one kind, if I have the password, I'll check just to see what's going on.
But what does that
I mean,
do?
are you
okay
What
with that
exactly
happening
were
to
you
you?
looking to see?
I don't know. I'm ashamed of it. I'm
Heart
not
attack,
thing.
bro.
But yeah, but I don't know. It's just a thing.
So
of
you
curiosity
would fall into the category of those that if you are looking for something, you will find
You will find
there.
it.
Has it happened? Have you found something in the past?
Oh
or
yeah.
Do you regret finding it? Do you wish you just stayed away?
No. I was happy I found it actually because it sparked up a conversation, you know, that progressively, you know, made the relationship better.
Better.
Oh yes.
Interesting. So I'll share an experience with you. I mean, just what you've just mentioned. So I'm the type who want to go around with my phones, all in the name. Clients can call anytime. You know how it is.
Yeah, and this is your client.
I mean, you know, clients can call, consulting work
Not only
can
your
come.
clients.
Consulting work can come anytime.
Okay.
And for some reason, my wife is the one who doesn't care. She's not going to check your phone. She's not interested. But this particular day, went in the bathroom and then came back and clients really had sent in some things that shouldn't, you know, be on my phone for some very odd reasons. And I'm like, so Kunle, what is this?
Your
You
wife,
know
your
how-
wife turns
yeah,
your
yeah,
phone
yeah.
to you and shows you
Yes,
your
you know how
client's
you are
message.
like,
Bingo.
I knew this was going to happen.
Which
But the
client
first
is
question,
this one,
no, but
boss?
the first question was this. No, the question was, what were you looking for? Do you understand?
Like this guy
what,
defense.
no, but I'm saying it. So what exactly were you looking for? Say, it's not a proposal I was looking for.
So did you in Yoruba they say Udasi rough? Did you scatter the
it
table?
wasn't about, it wasn't rough. It was just a case of, what exactly were you looking for? Like, your phone rang and I just wanted to, and then I saw a message came in, and then I looked at it and I'm like, who's sending this to you? Like, well, you already have your answer.
At that point,
I'm not going to tell you what happened afterwards.
I want
I'll
to
give you
know.
that. Okay, go on.
At that point, did you tell the truth? Did you lie? What did you do?
So there was nothing to lie about. So it was a case of business turned bad. You know how you're trying just to be in the corner to make transaction happen.
Yeah.
And for some reason, an acquittance became, you know, a very
Wanted
close.
more.
Yeah, kind of. And Uche, please.
Did you always want more?
Come to Jesus hour, please. So and then that
clients can
and,
be very
and, then- and that,
Very
that,
demanding.
that progresses, especially because you know the kind of ticket that you're dealing with, right? But you see, again, over the years, you build some level of trust, relationship, and candor. And I said, babe, don't go too far. It is not what it looks like. if there is anything there, it's bread and butter. So let's drop it. And that was the end of that conversation.
Like, is there any good that comes out from an episode of cheating? Could you come on the other side stronger? Will it fracture the relationship? What do you think that does for you?
You can come out stronger. You guys can understand. Well, for me, we didn't come out stronger. Because being nosy for me said no. When it happened to me, somebody I was talking to just chatting from way back, was just sending things. Picture. And I was like, wow.
So these are the pictures. These are the pictures. These are, you can swipe left. So after the pictures, what happened?
Yeah, so I was like, Kunle, I was like, you found something that meant absolutely nothing. I told her, look through it. Did you see any request from me asking for those pictures? Nothing. And she went through the whole chat. Okay, so where do we go from there?
Where do you go from there?
We didn't go anywhere.
Damn. The truth is bitter. But when it comes to cheating partners, is it a deal breaker? Do you want to know everything? Or sometimes, is it better not to know at all? I have that question for my guest after the break. It's still Blue Room Banters, Certified Cool by Premier Cool Soul. Stick around. Cheating partners, is it a deal breaker? It's still Blue Room Banters, Certified Cool by Premier Cool Soap. So we've heard phrases like revenge cheating. Because that person is in pain, they want to do their own back. What do you think that does for that person who sets out to hurt their partner by doing exactly what
Hurts their partner how?
Yeah, by
You
cheating?
can't be hurting someone that's already hurt you. You're
sure?
trying to balance it out.
Yeah,
You're
that's what I mean by revenge cheating. So
It's
they
very
go out and maybe with your best friend or with a colleague or someone that you know
I
that to
will
get
let
to.
her know, since she has been caught in the act, as in that's the only thing that will make me stay when I catch my partner cheating emotionally and physically. Like, catch her cheating and then they knock her on top bed. Maybe say 2 days sleep.
It might not be a bed, but go on.
Yes, I know, but that's the only thing. If she says, okay, you know what, you can go and do something with someone outside, let's balance it out. If she gives me that option, I would definitely take it. And then she'll be the one
To arrange.
because the thing is, when you just say, okay, you know what, I'm going to do with this person, I'm going to do with that person, I'm going to okay, one person should do. So when you say, I'm going to do with this person, she'll be like, oh, so you've been thinking about it since. That's what I've been on your mind. No, it's not on my mind, baby.
So some people might say, and I'm sure a lot of people watching will say this, that yes, they might be hurt, but it's not in their, you hear things like, it's not in my nature to cheat. Are some people born to cheat? Are some people, it's in their DNA to cheat? Some people hold back from cheating because of religion, for example. The Bible says, or the Quran says, thou shalt not. And they hold on to that. Do you get? They hold on to.
I don't think it depends on how you look at the religion, because your religion could be your tradition. Traditionally, we are allowed
Who's
to have.
we?
Okay.
Africans or?
Africans, of
Okay.
course. So some people might not say, okay, I'm not a Christian, I'm not a Muslim, this is my, and traditionally, I'm allowed to have more than one woman as a man.
I mean, what do you guys think?
I think it's a matter of discipline, really. People
That's
say
self-discipline.
Yes, self-discipline.
Okay.
Self-discipline. And religion is only as valuable in this instance if it helps you enforce that discipline, which it does, in most cases.
Okay.
At least, religions, maybe not within the traditional context we're speaking about. But regular, most religions, Christian, Islam, whatever it is, have, laws or rules or edicts or doctrines, against cheating. And if that helps the couples, or if that helps individuals, enforce some kind of discipline, then I think that's a valuable role that religion plays in that regard. But ultimately, you don't need religion to enforce that self-discipline. It's something I think everybody should aspire
to have.
There are many things that we don't want to do, but discipline, morals teaches us to do that.
Exactly.
So, for example,
And you threw away your tradition.
No.
Who you are culturally.
I'm trying to avoid a situation where you're
tradition.
using tradition as an excuse to cheat.
It's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. A lot of people will tell you today that, you see, the religion we adopted from the Western world or from Asia or from wherever, it's only an adopted religion. That we didn't have that religion. We had our own way of doing things.
How would you feel naturally?
Yeah.
What would be your natural reaction, when your spouse cheats on you? What would be the natural?
Are you
Of
thinking of
course.
religion?
I am
Are you
not
thinking
happy
of-
about it. I'm not excited
here's the
about
thing.
it.
No,
I
here's
am
the
not
thing. Oscar,
throwing
we say,
fireworks in the air.
we say that it's natural to cheat. You know, on the surface, it sounds like, yeah, maybe that's true. I mean, you get the way the body they do you many times. You know, but when you have cheated on, you also feel jealous.
Yeah.
You know, and I think the fact that you feel jealous also hints at some natural instinct towards monogamy.
Yeah.
Towards, you know, something being exclusively
Yours.
you know, yours.
And
Your
it's been
own-
taking
your
away
own
from-
thing.
It's just because you feel hot,
Mm.
my brother, leave it. It's not because you think you are a monogamist or you just felt hot. That's the natural emotion to have.
Yeah.
When you find out that something, you know, that's not supposed to happen. You're like, oh my God, this is wrong. What the
So
hell?
the contract has been broken. The
Yeah.
trust has been broken.
Yeah, so, and that was why I'd mentioned to Uche, look, what's the worst that happens? We put in 2-3 years of relationship, guy, bye-bye. See, once a woman crosses or a man crosses, I do. There is a total shift in mindset. Yeah, it could be pressure on society, it could be on church, it could be anything. God helps you, children are involved. And that's why when you find out people who are separated, it's a different world entirely. So for me, right, even if I feel like, even if the opportunity comes, even if there are things staring it, the first thing I want to ask myself is, for the sake of,
Your
assuming you
kids.
give me the energy, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever it is,
Yeah.
is it worth the wahala? Is it worth the stress? Is it worth the trust that has been built? Okay? So for that sake alone, but in your case where there are nothing, you know,
Something
you
binding
are
you
angry
How do you
or
know that?
banding you together. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
Uche,
yeah.
right? It's not as difficult as it is when you are locked down and you have things. I must say there are people who are very loose, married or not married. You
Wait,
know.
Kule, please, I'm going to throw in this question, Oscar.
Please do.
How many times for you, if, for instance, you catch your wife cheating, how many times you catch her cheating once?
Yes.
And you're like, okay, you know what? We have so much together. You catch her cheating twice.
Yeah.
So much, we have so much together. We built, you catch her cheating.
She doesn't even need to get to number 3.
Yeah.
So the point I'm saying, however,
Hide
is
it.
this. So, however, this is the point I'm making. See, one is enough. But you see, the luxury you have, I don't have. So you can say it's over. I probably would take a time to say, you know what, babe, let's go our separate ways for once. Let me
Let me
heal.
cool off.
You know, let me cool off. Let me heal up. And every time you look at your child, or you look at the family,
But
things
you're
that you're
staying-
built,
you're putting
calm
that child
down,
in a
bro.
broken
Calm down, bro.
home.
Because that's all I have.
But it's not that easy. It's
But
not
that's
easy.
all I have.
Once there are children in the picture, the decision becomes
That's
a lot
all I
more
have.
Okay,
complicated.
wait, guys, I'm
A
going to
lot
put
more
out
difficult.
something. So,
But I'm-
look, see, I've
yeah.
worked with a colleague, that was married, had beautiful kids, you know, but we had sexual energy. Sexual, when I mean sexual energy. And also, the home wasn't okay. What I mean wasn't okay. The relationship
I
was
get that.
Yeah,
beginning
yeah,
to
yeah.
work and all
Yeah.
of that. And there was this tendency for that to happen, and she was in there, and she was like, every time, I don't want to be in this, I don't want to be in this, I don't want to be in this, but I have to stay for my kids. Don't you think you're showing your kids the wrong things
So
by staying?
that's another. I mean,
Okay, sorry, yeah.
I get that part, but I'm more the whole kids, family. There's always something that keeps you in.
Yeah.
But if I ask you now, do you still want to know? Because I think it builds a lot of anxiety in the relationship, and you get to a point where she goes out, she's coming back at 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Like, oh, like you become a mess. I think.
Yes.
Correct me if I'm.
Oh
if
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
wrong.
yeah. But I don't want to know really.
You don't want to know again.
I don't want to know.
Again?
Again.
You wanted to know before you were snooping.
When I'm saying I don't want to know, I'm speaking in the context of, you know, if my partner has cheated on me or is cheating on me. You know, I think to a very large extent, it's safer not to know.
Do you subscribe to that?
You know, it's
Yeah.
safer not to know.
What about you?
I
Same thing.
want to know. I want to know.
Okay.
You
fair
want
enough.
to know everything, Uche.
No.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So it's still Blue Room Banters, certified cool by Premier Cool Soap. We'll be back after this. Certified cool by Premier Cool Soap. It is still Blue Room Banters. Final thoughts from my guys here. It has been quite interesting. The opposite of cool. But they have been frank, they have been honest, and we encourage that on the show. Final thoughts. Cheating partners, is it a deal breaker, Kunle?
Now I'm thinking twice. I mean, but my position is known. It's not a deal breaker for me. I think that it only gives room for us to know each other better. I want to know her daily. She needs to know me more. And again, because we are religious people, even when we do miss our steps or when we do get things wrong, there is always a room to go back and make things right.
Okay. Sensei.
For me, if I catch her in the act, when caught in the act, because you can't remove that from your brain, you can't unsee that. That's the thing. So I can't be having sex with you and then I'm like, oh my God, that guy Nyash was just pounding into my, nah, no. So it's a deal breaker when I catch her cheating. But if I don't catch her cheating, it's not a deal breaker. If I hear or she comes to me and says, this happened, that happened, I am sorry, we talk about it, we can move on. Yes.
Move on, that is separate.
Oh, move on and stay together.
Oh, okay, okay.
But when I catch her cheating, it's
if she opens up to you and comes
yeah,
willingly,
if she comes,
then there's
then it's not a deal breaker. Yeah.
For me, it's still not a deal breaker. I believe in grace and second chances. You know,
Preach.
Spiritual.
And forgiveness. But I also believe, that if there's an agreement between both partners, if we agree that we're going to keep the relationship, the marriage, whatever context in which it exists, exclusive, then both parties should aspire, to live up to that. But if anyone falls short of grace, there should be forgiveness. And nobody should take each other for granted. But I also think that
he's a writer.
I think in a sense you kind of know when your partner is taking you for granted.
Yeah.
They cheat once, they cheat twice. I think you know where to draw the line, pretty much.
And drawing the line is very, very crucial. When two people come together, it's an agreement, like Sensei Uche rightly said. It might not be cast in stone, it might not be the dotted line, but there is an agreement. There was a mutual likeness. If cheating is a deal breaker, I think you owe it to your partner to spell it out, especially at the beginning of the relationship. But if for whatever reason there are slips, no one is perfect, they say, or it is said, which means everybody falls short some way, one time or another. Today it might be cheating, tomorrow it might be something else. But at the core of it, forgiveness is very important. Ife mentioned the issue of grace, which is good, but when your partner consistently takes the piss, when they continuously abuse, disrespect you, continuously cheat, I think everybody will agree that deep down you always know when something was done out of mistake, done deliberately, done because it's their second nature. At the end of the day, it's up to you to decide how you want to be treated in your relationship and how you want to hold your partner accountable. It is your call, whether it's a deal breaker or not. It's been Ballroom Banters. I'm Oscar Onyeso, and of course, this particular show is certified cool by Premier Cool Soap. Thank you for watching. Catch you next time.